Alrighty folks, welcome back to my garage. It's snowing out. I think it's springtime though. It was actually snow on the ground. I slept through what I thought was most of winter. But that's kind of cool. There are seasons in the game. But today we're going to work on upgrading my NIV or NIV. I'm not sure what you call it. It's a little four-wheel drive car. I bought this used, got it fixed up. I've been doing some jobs and things. I've got it all pretty well fixed up except for both axles are shot. And this thing is really, really weak. So I'm going to try to put in some performance parts on it. See how that does. But yeah, it's a neat little car. I've been running around in it. I've got a little trailer here. Been making some trips to the junkyard and picking up some parts to use. And I've got both a front and back axle. And then I've got a 4.2 diff, locking diff. I'm not sure if it's full-time locked. So we might try that as well, just for a little different gear ratio. So anywho, let's get this thing up on the lift and get started. This game is a ton of fun. I've been having a lot of fun with it. Got me a new steering wheel, and yeah, just got this thing upgraded quite a bit. Except for the engine. You can hear the tires squeal. I'm not sure if that's because the rear end's going bad or what exactly. I had a little trouble with the brakes. Brakes haven't been holding real good. I've changed the pads. I had a bad caliper. I've changed that. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. Anyway, let's turn that off. Brake back on. See if we can get this guy up on the lift. Now the door won't open when I'm in position, so gotta move. And this thing is super tiny, so it kind of barely fits on the lift. Shove it over a little bit. And it'll just glitch out. Well, we'll make it work. Got these extensions. So let's get it up in the air and take a look. Gotta start getting things off of it. Should probably take the wheels off first. Been doing a bunch of jobs out here, so I had my toolbox. I just abandoned one. I had a paint the wolf job, and I spent 2 or 3 hours probably, and I just never could get it all the way painted. I don't know. I had it disassembled 2 or 3 times, and just, yeah, I just finally gave up. There was apparently some little spot somewhere that was keeping it from being considered fully painted. Let's see. Let's grab our wrench. The toolbox is super handy. I went and bought that over at the parts store. And you can see you can just throw your stuff in there. Oops. You just throw stuff in there and it keeps it organized. So let's get the wheels off here real quick. Whoa, there we go. Sure I had that off. A little bit dirty. I've been running around in this thing. And you can wash with the garden hose, but it's pretty elaborate. Like you can see it didn't wash off the dirt on the back of the rim. You'll even have like paint smudges and stuff. I continue to be impressed with this game. So I'm not sure how long this video is going to be. We're going to see how much we can get done. So it's pretty detailed. Some stuff obviously is simplified. All right, let's go on. And am I going to have to... I think I'm going to have to... I should have to disassemble the suspension, so we should be okay there. I think we're going to figure this out as we go. So, let's take the drive shaft off. here. Oops, I clicked on something. Okay, so that just pulls out. Good deal. Might have pulled the handbrake or clicked the radio or something. Oops. What did I click? You can click like right through cars. Yeah, I don't know what I clicked on. Shoot. Something's loose somewhere. Unless that was the handbrake noise. Luckily, you don't have to worry about damaging anything by dropping it. Now, the rear, we're going to have to pull the axles and stuff. So let's get that off. The front, I don't think we'll have to get rid of any the suspension stuff. Screwdriver, please. Yeah. And I find myself using the headlamp quite a bit. Brake disc flying everywhere. Actually, that axle's bad, isn't it? I haven't found any axles yet at the junkyard. I might just go ahead and put new axles in there while we have this apart. Let's get the brake caliper off. If only brakes were this easy in real life. You don't have to bleed the brakes or anything, so that's kind of a relief. So this axle looks okay. Are those the same? A bar 5. All right. So let's just go grab one of those. While I'm thinking about it. Nope, not the LAD. The NIV. Suspension, I think. Hub R5. $45. That's not bad. And try not to have any old parts left on this. I think this is pretty much the last of it once I get these 2 axles replaced. Okay, let's get these springs off. So for that we have this tool. That lets you grab the springs. Now I found one like lifted spring for this, so I have one upgraded spring, but since I only have one, we're just going to put the stock back in it. Right. Now we just need to start getting all these suspension pieces off. I don't know if I need to take both ends of that off. Let's wait and see. Got that loose, that loose, that loose. It's going to fall out. Yeah, I might have to take those loose from both ends. Alright, so let's pull these off. In reality, those could just hang there, but looks like the game wants me to take them off. I never raised that back up from when I was doing the wheels. Let's get a little higher in the air. There we go. I thought I had that loose. Whoa, there we go. All right, let's get the diff off of here. And like the emergency brake cable came with it. Not sure if that's normal or not. Get the handbrake cable. Yeah, I don't think that's normal. We'll see what happens. So the normal diff is a 3.8. Yeah, I'm not sure why the handbrake cable is hanging there. Might have to buy a new handbrake cable. All right, let's see if we can get the new axle up in there. Rear end, I guess. We'll see if that'll hold it in place. Here, bolt. We'll get this fastened up and then we'll get the differential back on it. And we're going to try the 4.2 on here. Obviously, there's no like gaskets or torque specs or any of that stuff. Here we go. Sometimes you can just kind of aim in the general direction and it'll work. All right, let's get our axles in here. Don't have to shim the pinion or any of that boring stuff. All right, I think the way the game works best is to... So let's put that on. Let's go get our screwdriver. Put these on, and then we'll put the brake calipers on. And pads look good. The pads actually wear out. I had to replace one of the back pads. It was almost gone. That was pretty cool. Pad in there. Yeah, they're both okay. They're both in there. I just couldn't see it very good. Come on. Do the check mark. There it is. Okay, that's the old diff. We're going to hang on to that just in case we change our mind. Easy enough to change out. A handbrake cable. Is there a fastener I'm missing on here? Oh, there is. Interesting. That glitched out. I thought I saw a green there for a second. Loosening? Yep. It's still considered one piece. I'm not sure what's going on there. Well, I think I'll buy a brake cable. I don't know if that's a bug or what's going on. Let's go look here. Really can't be that much for a brake cable. Brakes. And brake cable, 20 bucks. Done. We'll see how this goes on the new one. Oh, it's like buried in the axle on this side. And does it do anything up here? We'll just hope we'll hope that's good enough. All right, let's get our springs back in. So you just grab them with this and boink, they go right back in. Just that easy. You don't want to mess with those things in real life. Unless you really know what you're doing. They can hurt you bad. Okay. Now, can we... Looks like we can just pull these half shafts. And pull that right out of there. So let's operate on that theory. Oh, I guess they fall out. All right. Fair enough. That out, and then bolt that, unbolt that, and there we go. And I got these things really cheap at the junkyard, like a fourth of the cost. I don't know how to tell like how worn they are, because stuff does slowly wear out in this game. They're definitely not completely worn out like the old ones were. So that's the main thing. Still got a lot to learn with this game. There we go. All right, let's get some drive shafts back in. Look at that. Splines just slid in, no problem. I'm not a professional mechanic, but I've done a fair bit of shade tree mechanicking. Generally pretty handy. And yeah, it's not this easy. Surprise, surprise. These guys are on. This just had a spline. So I think, suspension-wise, we're in pretty good shape. Of course, IRL, you'd want to torque opposite sides of the wheel. That kind of pattern. Here, it doesn't matter as far as I know. Okay, let's move on to the engine bay. I have an upgraded performance carburetor, an upgraded performance fuel pump, and an upgraded performance distributor. So let's see if that helps our horsepower out any. Meanwhile, we can get rid of this stuff. I don't think there's anything with that brake cable. I might mess with that later. We can probably get that off. Having this lift is great. Yeah, I'm just going to put stuff over here. Hey, come back here. Sometimes the parts fly off. So we're going to get the air breather off. And then I think for the spark plug wires, I think they just pull off. Yeah, they just like come off as a unit. Cool. All right, how's this car bolted on here? Looks like it's part of the intake manifold. Then this bolts on in place of that, maybe? We're going to take the fuel pump off as well, so. It's the fuel line. The old fuel pump. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just the stock version rather than performance. And then, see, does this distributor cap require a screwdriver? Perhaps. Just unbolt it and it all comes off as a unit, maybe. Oh yeah, it's got the cap on it. All right, cool. Like my summer car, it's super awkward sometimes. Getting in here. All right, there's that. So I think we can just unbolt this intake manifold and replace it. Yeah. All right, cool. Now, can I get to those other bolts? I'd have to take the hood off. Or let's see if we can get to it from underneath. A pretty high ceiling in here. There we go. a fast lift too. Okie dokie, let's get the distributor on there. Got the one bolt, I believe. And the spark. Some things you can't pick up if you have a tool in your hand. Here we go. Performance fuel pump. Excellent. Easy peasy. All right. I don't... Does this take a different kind of air filter? Does this not have an air filter? Didn't think to look. Let's go check the parts catalog. So it's a NIV, it's the i4 engine. So I only see one air filter up there, unless it's called something else. Oh, oil filter. I didn't even think to check the oil filter. I did check the oil and coolant levels. $572 for this performance carburetor. So there's a turbocharger, and then there's an ELF. Oh, do we need the turbocharger? Go with the carburetor. Not seeing how this. It looks like it just pulls in air. It's got like a dual carburetors. I don't think it has an air filter. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure how that works. We may find out. We just pull the oil filter off. It doesn't look used. I'm going to assume it's going to look used like the other stuff when it's ready to be replaced. Okay, I think that's it. Let's see if this thing will fire up. And we'll go for a little test drive. See if it has any more power. It may slip and slide all over the streets. Also, I'm not sure if I have a parking brake now. Yeah, the parking brake still works. Seems to work. Okay, let's fire this bad boy up. Seems a lot more responsive on the throttle. Oh, crap. Oh, yeah. Wow. Let's go this way. There's quite a hill over here. On the way to the junkyard, that was always a little bit of an issue. Don't have the whine anymore. The rear end was starting to whine quite a bit. Now before, it was all I could do to pull this in second gear. Now we're accelerating up it in third gear. Nice. Well, that'll make it easier. I came over here to the junkyard with the trailer, and I had to pull the trailer by hand up the hill from the junkyard. I just couldn't make it. This thing didn't have enough power, but we've got power to spare now. That's cool. Oh, yeah, we can do donuts almost. Oh god, there is an exterior view. I keep forgetting about that. Oh crap! Mistakes were made. I didn't hold the brakes enough. Well, we got some repairs to do. Shoot. Windscreen, I'm sure the body panels are dented. Didn't take me long to destroy my new toy. It's got too much power. Hey, repairing cars is kind of what this game's all about, so. Oh yeah, this has way more power. That's awesome. It was so puny before. It was hard to drive. Oh, crap. Awesome. Well, things are going well. Let's look at the damage. I'm sure there's going to be a few dents in some body panels here, but actually, it doesn't look that bad. I was expecting it to be much worse. I'm going to need glass, like, everywhere. And a little dented on the back, lost a tail light, but yeah, that's... It could be a lot worse. That's for sure. The parking brake off. Can I push this off the hill? No, don't roll upside down. Kind of got myself into a pickle here. It's alright, we'll fix it up. I've got $9 grand. Just some time, a few parts, a little bit of elbow grease. Be good as new. Just as soon as I get off this hill. Alright, let's see. This is 4-wheel drive. I have a locking differential now, so let's see if that'll let me get off the hill. Oh, I can't get in that side because it's hitting the ground. The physics are a little fun sometimes. Alright, can I get to this seat? Alright, there we go. Lock myself in. One car. There we go. No problem. Just a little bit of windscreen damage. Anyway, folks, thanks for hanging out. I'm really enjoying this game, so I'm going to be sneaking some videos in here and there. Hope you enjoy them as well. Thanks as always for watching. I'll catch you in the next adventure. Alright, don't go off the side this time.